Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the U.S. Open UnitedHealthcare 24th Championship. I am JP Edwards, IRT Status Edition. I am joined by Karen Lewis, IRT Treasurer. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I'm excited to be here. We got a full morning already.
Yeah, we do. We just saw a great match between Rocky Carson and Chris Swain. They pulled it out in 2 games. I was pretty excited to see them back on the field court.
It was really exciting to see the veterans, the old school there. It was fun.
Yeah, so this match we have coming up, we have Charlie Pratt, IRT Pro. He is his win percentage is about 50% on tour. 15 seasons, 1 title from Portland, Oregon, and he'll be taking on Jonathan Burns. Should be an interesting match, qualifying.
It should be. Jonathan Burns already had a match this morning. He played against, Jonathan Burns is from Florida. He plays the U.S. Open every year. He's a veteran here. He played Samuel Kelly from New Jersey and won 15-3, 15-5, and that was at 8 o'clock this morning. So that's a strong win. Sam Kelly's a good player, as well. Many of you may have seen him in Laurel a couple of weeks ago. And so it'll be interesting to see. So he's already played on the show court. He played on the show court this morning at 8 o'clock, so he's a little used to it.
Well, no, the best place is in the middle. That one you get really screwed standing over here. You get 2 guys here, but then the next grade you cannot see. Well, at least from here I can kind of. It's always funny when people say stuff like this.
His first pro match of the season. He did play in a Pan American game in the summer earlier this year. So he has a little bit of he's been playing a little bit, just not as much as most of the pros. So this will be a good warm-up match for Charlie. I think Jonathan Burns could actually give him a little bit of a run for his money, but I guess we'll find out and see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Like I said, Jonathan is a veteran, open, semi sort of pro player. So he definitely has some skill and some shots. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
So we see them getting the court cleaned up. Charlie's still warming up a little bit here. Looks like the ref's going to come on the court and get things started.
We hope everybody's enjoying this while you're at work.
Yeah, like and share.
Like and share, and don't show the boss. Close the office door if you can.
We will be streaming all day. We've got some more interesting matchups for you.
Yep. The ref is giving them a little talk, as they do before each match.
So coming up next after this match, stay tuned. We'll have another doubles match for you. Jose Diaz and Jake Bredenbeck, currently ranked number 5, will be playing at 12:40. So that should be a great match. Stay tuned for that. But first up, on the show court, we've got Charlie Pratt playing Jonathan Burns in their qualifying bracket. Coin toss from the ref. Players are ready to go here. Charlie Pratt in the black Nike and head shirt. Jonathan Burns in the white T-shirt. We're about to get started here on IRT Live.
So after Jonathan played his match this morning, he said, "Please don't put me back on the show court." So of course he ended up feeding into Charlie Pratt, so he is playing on the show court again. So hopefully this morning's practice or first match will help him adjust to playing on here. I know it is. Some people, if you're not used to it, find it difficult to see, especially with the purple ball. If the fans can see outside the court, the floor is gray, the chairs are kind of bluish gray. The purple ball kind of gets lost with the glass all around. But
it seemed to work for him earlier today.
He did. He played well, and he adjusted. I think it was, but if you're not used to playing on it, I know it's tough for people.
So Jonathan Burns has actually been with the IRT for 6 seasons. He actually broke into the top 50, ranked he was the 41st ranked player in 2016-17. He's from Delray Beach, Florida. So it'll be an interesting matchup here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
a good experienced player for Charlie Pratt to start off.
Yeah. We should be getting started in a moment here. We do thank all of you for joining us. Let's see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we are going to have Charlie Pratt, Jonathan Burns, qualifying matchup here on the show court. Right now, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back on IRT Live.
Yeah, a little further back. There you go.
Which urgent care do you want to try this time?
This one's only a mile away.
Ooh, and it's in network.
This is our best idea yet.
So close.
It's not always easy to control your enthusiasm, but with UnitedHealthcare, it's easy to find quick care options and compare costs.
That's my husband.
Let me try this. Second time's the charm.
Oh, there goes mine.
UnitedHealthcare.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 24th Annual U.S. Open, sponsored by UnitedHealthcare. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. On the show court right now, being introduced and coming out of the court, we've got Charlie Pratt, and we've got Jonathan Burns in their qualifiers here. We're going to have a great game. I'm JP Edwards, IRT statistician, joined by Karen Gris. Karen, thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thank you. We have a full day today, so we're giving Dean a little break, and got to keep his voice going all week. So see what we can do. We did look it up as this gets started. The next match we'll show, as JP said, is going to be Diaz and Bredenbeck, and they're going to play Alan Natera and Eduardo Garay, who already played a match this morning. They beat Diego Garcia and Sebastian Fernandez in a tiebreaker 11-4.
Wow, yeah, that's a tough match. So that's the match we will have coming up. But first, Charlie Pratt to serve. Charlie Pratt is wearing the black head shirt. Jonathan Burns in the white gearbox shirt. Second serve from Charlie Pratt. Cross-court shot from Charlie Pratt. Put him on the board, 1-0.
Yeah, we have a good crowd watching already, which I love to see. First thing Wednesday. We have matches going on not 9 courts today, all day for the pros. We have 94 people in the IRT draw, qualifying draw, which is amazing.
Yeah, so if you haven't checked it out already, go to the IRT Facebook page. Watch our stream from last night. We had some great interviews. Fran Davis, Jake Brennebeck, U.S. Open Director Doug Ganem we had interviewed on the show, and Alex Landa. So you guys can check that out. We go over the qualifying brackets a little bit, so you guys can check that out and hear all about the qualifiers and how that works.
Yep. Now, JP and Dean, I think you guys did a great job with that preview show last night. It was a new thing for the IRT to do, and I think it was an amazing addition to share the experience of the U.S. Open with the fans.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I think it'll add to the excitement. So talk a little bit about the energy here at the U.S. Open. I mean, there's so many people here. Obviously, a lot of pros, a lot of fans. Everybody's really excited for these matches. What's the energy like?
Yeah, I mean, the energy here is amazing. It always is. I mean, one, it's the biggest tournament in the United States that we have, every year. So there's obviously a lot of people just here in general. What's great about Wednesday here is that it's pretty much all pro matches. So a lot of the amateurs don't start till tomorrow. But they all fly in because they may have to play today. So a lot of them flew in yesterday. So there are tons of people watching. All the matches, and just, getting to see all of these like up and coming players and players that they don't get to see very often. So, we have the music blasting all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just, the stadium court with stadium seating. And then of course all the sponsor seating, which online you can see them around the, the sides of the courts where, all the amazing sponsors for this tournament, can watch from the side. And it's just, the energy is just really amazing here.
Yeah, so even walking around Minnesota last night, there's just people everywhere excited about the U.S. Open. There's fans coming in who aren't even playing. They're just here to watch, so we're really excited. Charlie Pratt back in the service box. Long serve, second serve. So in this bracket, this is qualifying bracket number 3. The way it works at the U.S. Open, we have 94 pro players here. The top 16 players automatically qualify for the round of 32. So the rest of the players are qualifying for the other 16 round of 32 slots. So this qualifier, there's 5 players in each qualifying bracket. This qualifier is qualifier number 3, and the winner, I believe, will go into qualifying bracket number 14, which will be Lalo Portillo. So the winner of this qualifying bracket will play Eduardo Portillo in the round of 32s.
Okay, but how many matches do they have to play to get to there, though? They have to play more than just this one.
So Charlie Pratt is ranked highest in this qualifying bracket. So he had a bye in the first round of qualifiers.
Right.
Jonathan Burns, like you said, played Samuel Kelly earlier. So this is the semifinals of the qualifiers. Then we will have the finals of the qualifying bracket. And then the winner of the qualifying bracket will go into the main draw. So for Charlie Pratt, it'll be 2 games. For Jonathan Burns, if he wins, it'll be 3 games.
It'll be 3, right. Okay.
So for everybody else in the bracket, it'll be 3 games. On the other side, on the other semifinal, we have Christian Lorena and Kyle Ulliman, who are playing for that other semifinal matchup spot against the winner here. So updating the head pen scoreboard, it is now 7-1. Charlie Pratt on a roll. Second serve here from Charlie. He's playing very well. I mean, it looks like he warmed up well. Consistent shots. Oh, but great shot there from Jonathan Burns. Gets back in the box. He'll have an opportunity to score some points.
Yeah, Charlie is definitely showing, some good shot selection, and I think he wants to come out strong because, like you said, it is his first pro match of the season. Short serve.
Second serve. So Charlie Pratt is also playing doubles. He's playing with Dylan Reed. Should be a fun matchup. We've got a lot of good doubles matchups coming up for you.
Yeah, I think we have 27 teams in the pro doubles draw, which is
very
huge.
cool.
And it's going to be amazing.
So now we've got Charlie Pratt back in the box. 7 serving 1. Game 1.
Charlie skipped that forehand. So Jonathan gets the serve again. Nice shot by Jonathan.
Yeah, really good shooting from both players early on here. Charlie
smart
Pratt.
shot selection for Jonathan on that shot. He got Charlie a little back flat-footed.
Charlie Pratt really trying to just control the court, get a feel for it. Jonathan not trying to get too far out of this game early on. Great down-the-line shot there from Charlie to get back in the box. 7 serving 2.
Yeah, Jonathan has to hit his serve a little lower or shorter. That one came way off the back wall with a setup for Charlie. Skip forehand from Jonathan, and he takes a timeout.
All right, so we are going to take our first timeout here. We will be right back with the rest of Game 1 on IRT Live.
Welcome back. We are here in game number 1, Charlie Pratt and Jonathan Burns.
So
Charlie has a significant lead at the moment.
Charlie
Missed that
Pratt
serve.
in the box now, second serve. 8 serving 2.
it scores
ball.
9-2 now.
So we just saw Rocky Carson playing with Cliff Swain. What a treat that was.
Yeah, that was exciting. It's fun to see them playing together.
Yeah.
Rocky obviously, still number two on the tour. Cliff Swain doesn't play on the tour anymore, but it's fun to get him to come out of retirement every once in a while and do something like that. And
that was exciting.
they played really well, and they're moving on to the next round.
Yeah. So both these players moving around well, trying to control center court. Charlie just hitting a little bit more consistently and keeping control of that center court, and his shots are just a little bit lower. So he's up 9-2 back in the box. Short serve.
He's missed a lot of first serves so far, so it'll be interesting to see if he can start getting those in.
Yeah. So back on the screen, we have the head pen scoreboard, now 10 serving 2.
Another short serve by Charlie.
Yeah. I think right now he's probably just trying to get a feel for the court. He's trying to just get used to it, how the ball moves, how his shots hit. He's got a comfortable lead, so I would say now is the time to do that. Oh, a great pinch there from Jonathan Burns. He'll be back in the box, 2 serving 10.
Yep. No, that's a very good point, JP. You're probably right. He might as well go for the gusto now when he can.
And we talked a little bit about it earlier. Charlie Pratt, this is his first pro match of the IRT season, so he's got a lot of things he probably wants to get warmed up to test out a little bit, especially here at the U.S. Open. You know, he played in the Pan America Games for Team USA earlier this summer, but he missed Atlanta, he missed Laurel, but he usually does pretty well in the U.S. Open.
You're right. He does, and I think you're definitely right. Certainly, the first match that you're playing here is always a little nerve-wracking, and especially when you're on the show court too. I mean, they don't get to play on this all-glass court very often.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have to get used to how it feels and how the ball looks and how the ball bounces and get comfortable with that because they know they'll be playing on it again.
Yep.
So Jonathan gets to serve again, 2-11.
We are here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Skip ball there from Charlie. So how many courts do we have? Do we have 30, 31 courts?
So in total, we have, about that. There's 9 courts here at the Target Center, the Lifetime Target Center, which is our main venue, and then we also are using the Lifetime. It's out in Fridley, which is a little bit outside of the city itself of Minneapolis, and they also have about 8 courts, I believe, there. And then we are at the University of Minnesota as well, so for a couple of days. So we have 3 venues, and people get to kind of travel around to play their matches.
Yeah, those are some great venues, some really good courts. It's cool seeing, all the pros. Where we got 94 players in that pro draw. You got some interesting players in there from all over the world, 12 different countries.
Yes, we have a lot of different countries, including Japan and India, in addition to the Latin American countries, of course, Colombia and Bolivia and Argentina, Mexico, Ecuador. And I know I'm missing one, so I apologize. Costa Rica, of course.
Costa Rica.
We have, contingent from Costa Rica. And I believe I'm missing one other country, so I apologize for that. And then Canada, of course. Yeah. We have a couple people from Canada, including our IRT player, Sam Murray. So
another skip there.
Jonathan is not happy with that skip.
12 serving 3. Charlie looks like he's just kind of put on cruise control here, hitting really good, consistent shots. Not really killing the ball a whole lot, but putting Jonathan in an uncomfortable situation to where he has to skip it or move out of the center.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Jonathan's shout of frustration there for missing a shot that probably he thought he shouldn't miss, but he does have the pressure of Charlie hitting the ball hard and hitting it well.
Yeah.
And it's keeping him a little off his pace, perhaps.
Clean down the line shot there. High lob serve to the left side. Charlie's
I think that's
go.
a good choice for him. His drive serves have been too deep.
Yep.
They've been coming off the back wall, and Charlie's just been able to roll them out. And there, so that there it worked. It worked for him. I think that was a good adjustment because his drive serve was not working.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 points in a row. It seems that Jonathan is slowing down, taking his time, getting his racket up, and they're just hitting really clean, good shots that Charlie either can't get to or puts it back up for Jonathan to have another opportunity. However, Charlie Pratt back in the box, 12 serving 5. Stay tuned here all week long on the IRT. We were going to have some great matches for you all day today, all day tomorrow, all for the rest of the week. We will be streaming all the best matches here on the show court.
Yeah, we'll have some amazing matches here this week, and we'll also be streaming some of the women's matches as well.
Yeah,
They're
right.
getting underway a little bit today too, the LPRT. However, their main focus will be starting tomorrow when they have the push. But they do have a few matches going on today as well, a few of the feeder qualifier matches.
Good
And they'll
down
be
the line
streaming
shot.
They'll be streaming too today a little bit. What happened?
All right, so Jonathan Burns serving. Good pinch there from
All
Charlie.
right, we had a little glitch with the court mic for a second there. Hopefully you can hear us and we're back on. Yep. So Charlie's back in the service box. It's 12-6. This is game 1 between him and Jonathan Burns, if you're just joining us.
Charlie trying a couple different serves here. We talked a little bit about it earlier, but he is experimenting, getting used to the court, trying different things. It seems to be working well for him. Jonathan with another yell there, and Charlie with another point.
Serve was long.
All right, Charlie Pratt with his first game point here in game 1, 14-6.
3-wall serve.
Yep.
We thought it was 3 walls. The players also both seemed to think it was 3 walls, although the ref didn't call anything. So I think Charlie's going to say second serve. He's calling it on himself.
Yep.
He's not too happy that the ref didn't call that.
Yeah. Another Z serve from Charlie. And that is game 1. So we're going to go to a commercial break for game 2 between Charlie Pratt and Jonathan Burns. We will be right back here on IRT Live.
It's important to recognize that you are a team, in sports and in life. You are strong when they are weak, and you give support when they need it most. Correcting when an injury sidelines the journey, and remembering that no isn't an option. You can keep pushing yourself and your teammate, because your energy is their energy, and greatness comes from pushing through.
Build in sport, made for life. Mueller.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake 'em out. Mama, go up, up, up.
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but UnitedHealthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. UnitedHealthcare.
Uh-huh. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. IRT statistician JP Edwards joined by Karen Grizz. Karen, thanks for joining me. We have Charlie Pratt, Jonathan Burns in the qualifying stages of the U.S. Open. What have we seen so far?
So I think we've seen Charlie, trying to get used to the court, trying to try different serves. He was in control of that game the whole time, so he was able to practice a little bit on the show court, and getting used to the show court, and just getting back into the swing of playing in a pro match. As you said, he hasn't been on a pro court since the Pan Am Games, so we'll have to see if Jonathan Burns can adjust his game to try to get a few more points here. He tried a different serve there right away. He went down to the forehand, so that's a good adjustment, I think, even though it was short. But
Charlie won game 1, 15-6. Like you said, we saw a couple different serves there, testing out different types of shots. Jonathan Burns goes up early 1-0 here in the first game. Going to wipe down the wall a little bit.
so Jonathan gets the first point there. And again, he goes for the lob serve. He skipped that.
Skip ball.
That to me is an unforced error. He should have made that. He was in the front court, in control of that point.
Yeah, when you're playing somebody like Charlie Pratt, you really got to make the most of those opportunities to score points, especially early on, and especially in game 2 when you've lost the first one. I feel as though Charlie will really just take control pretty soon of this second match and kind of cruise into the second match here.
It's a good shot by Jonathan.
Good shot back in the box.
It's 1-0.
So stay tuned all day. We're going to have some great matchups for you. Up next, we have IRT-ranked number 5 doubles team, Jose Diaz and Jake Bredenbeck. And they will be playing their first round of qualifying matches. That'll be at 12:40, so stay tuned. That'll be a great match.
And they're playing two young up-and-comers, Alan Natera and Eduardo Garay.
Yeah, that'll be a great game.
Already played a doubles match this morning,
That's
so they
right.
already had a feeder match into that one, so that should be interesting. They did not play on the show court this morning, so that'll be their first foray into the show court later.
Yeah, we had Jake Bredenbeck here for our interview last night. A great interview talking about how he could potentially play his younger brother, so that'll be exciting to see if they get to play each other.
Yeah.
Second serve here, Jonathan Burns, 1-0.
We have several brother pairs in the draw this time.
Yeah, we got
Joe and
Sam
Kelly
Kelly
are also twins even. They're both playing. Short serve.
So again, we see Charlie just making a little adjustments, trying new things, trying to get comfortable on the court. But he's still playing very well, still hitting good shots, controlling the ball, controlling the court. We'll have a setup here.
Jonathan was able to keep that in play.
And a good cross court.
Good kill shot by Charlie.
Charlie levels the score, 1-1. Set up again. Down the line. Good shot there. 2-1 from Charlie. Yeah, one thing I'm really excited about for this week is to see the crowd. I mean, there's a lot of people. We talked about it earlier. The energy is high. There's a lot of people here who are just coming to watch these pros play some intense matches. I think the crowd is really going to be a lively crowd, a fun crowd to watch.
Yeah, certainly, the further we get into the matches, the bigger the crowds get when we start getting into the nighttime, especially, tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night, the bleachers get packed. People start having beers while they're watching, and it gets pretty rowdy. But it's a lot of fun. I think the fans not only love it, but the players love it as well. The energy level is just, it fuels them on to play even better.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, everybody here does a really good job putting on this tournament. Makes it fun for the players, the fans, for us broadcasting.
Score is 4-1 now. Oh, that's a good serve. 5 serves 1. Jonathan takes a timeout. And we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
It's important to recognize that you are a team, in sports and in life. You are strong when they are weak, and you give support when they need it most. Correcting when an injury sidelines the journey, and remembering that no isn't an option. You can keep pushing yourself and your team.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. JP Edwards, IRT statistician, joined by Karen Grizz, Charlie Pratt. 6 serving 1 here on the Headpen scoreboard in Game 2. Charlie took Game 1, 15 serving 6. He's playing well. He's, had a lot of short or fault serves. He's experimenting with the shots, getting ready on the show court. He'll have some interesting matchups later. If he makes it to the round of 32, he'll play Lalo Portillo, which will be a really good matchup. But let's talk about Jonathan Burns. What kind of, he's been with the IRT for 6 seasons. He plays in a lot of the U.S. Opens. What kind of experience is this for him playing on the show court against Charlie Pratt?
Yeah, I think I talked to him this morning. He's played on it once or twice before in previous years, but I don't think he did last year. So it's a little new for him to get used to it again. I know after his match this morning, he requested not to play on the show court again, but of course because he fed into Charlie, he ended up having to play on it again anyway. But it's definitely, I think, not his favorite court. But I think he's adjusting well. I don't think he's playing badly. Charlie is just staying really focused and is in control of the match. So he has to just keep, I think, trying different things, trying things with the with the serve, to try to find a serve that Charlie doesn't kill. And then just, try to stay in every point and be aggressive.
Yeah, and he's playing well. 6 points in the first game. Screen there, so it's going to be a replay. And he's now in the box, 2 serving 6.
Thank you for joining us in the chat room. We see you guys there. We are working on the volume. I'm hoping you can hear me say that. It sounds okay on our phones here, so we're not sure exactly why some of you can't hear when others can. But we are adjusting, trying to adjust it and play with it. So hopefully We'll work out all the kinks as we go through the morning today. We do appreciate you watching. Please like us, share us. We want to thank all our sponsors. You know, we have Gearbox is a huge supporter of us. Obviously, UnitedHealthcare is the big sponsor for the U.S. Open. You can see all along the show court all of the different sponsors here that make this event possible. So we want to thank all of them for their amazing support here.
Yeah, this is my first U.S. Open. I'm really excited. It's been a lot of fun. 3-6 on the head pin scoreboard. I got to walk around a little bit yesterday and a little bit today. And for those of you who don't know or who have never seen it, this court is a really special court. If you walk around to the back of it, you can actually see inside of the court from behind the front wall, which is really cool. There's some seats back there for people to watch. Jonathan Burns with another scream, a little frustrated there. Charlie Pratt back in the box, 6 serving 3.
Yeah, I mean Charlie's just keeping on the pressure, on the pressure on Jonathan, so he's making him perhaps rush his shots a little bit, so he's not, he's either making some mistakes or he's, leaving them up for Charlie, and because I feel like he's being rushed, probably just because of how, aggressive Charlie is playing.
Yeah, and Charlie's just looking the opposite of that. He's looking more and more comfortable the farther we get into the game. He is skipping a little bit more than usual, leaving some balls up. I feel like, again, he's just getting used to the court, but he's moving Jonathan Burns around really well. If we see on the winning shots, Charlie Pratt is usually in the center court or closer to center court than Jonathan is. Jonathan Burns is doing a lot more moving. He's out of his comfort zone, and that's why he's making more mistakes. So now we have 4-6 on the head pin scoreboard. And a good cross court from Charlie.
And again, that serve was a little short, left it up for Charlie, and Charlie took advantage of it, which he's been doing all match. He's been taking advantage of the shots when he gets them. It's a long serve, second serve.
Yep. And that is, I believe, the 4th or 5th different serve that we've seen. We've seen the drive serve, a jam serve, a Z serve, all from Charlie, and the lob serves, all from Charlie so far in this game, and then a wraparound serve now, 7-4.
Yeah, but he gets the easy point off that wraparound serve.
And
Jonathan can't afford to miss those.
So watch how Charlie stays in center court here. He doesn't really have to move, but Jonathan Burns is all over every side of the court. And that's just how Charlie Pratt is moving him around and scoring those points. 8-4 now.
Yep, and he goes for the little dink in the corner because he knew Jonathan was behind him and wasn't going to be able to get up there. So a nice off-pace shot there.
Wraparound serve. Charlie really just controlling that court position. Hits a great down the line shot down that forehand side for another point, and he is cruising now.
Yeah, and that's what he did in the first game too. If you saw that, he hits an aggressive first shot. Jonathan has to play a defensive shot, which just sets him up for the kill on the second one. And we've seen that consistently.
This is going to be a setup here for Charlie. Oh, Jonathan's going to get to it, but another setup off the back wall. Charlie goes cross court and puts it away. 10 serving 4 on the head pin scoreboard.
I think that's the magic number for Charlie. The first one he doesn't quite put away, but Jonathan has to hit a defensive shot, and the second one he said, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah, and a lot of these, he may not even need to kill him. Just the way he's hitting the shots moves Jonathan, and it forces him to hit a defensive shot that sets up Charlie for an even better kill shot, like we just saw there. Good serve from Charlie. He'll have a setup, but he'll skip that one side out.
He really went for that one. That was a, full-on.
Yep.
Going for the rollout shot and just missed it a little bit.
High lob serve. That serve seemed to work best so far for Jonathan in game 1, and it'll work again as he scores a point, making it 5 serving 10.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that is a good adjustment for him. Because as we said, his lobs, his drive serve wasn't working too well because it kept coming off the back wall.
All right, Charlie Pratt back in the box, 10 serving 5. Both the players looking at the ball here. Might have been a little wet. Wet ball, drying it off.
Okay, I think they're ready.
11-5.
Scores 11-5.
Z serve. And Charlie's going to put that one away. Another point.
I'm not sure what Jonathan was saying there. It sounded something about the wet ball because it was wet shirt or something.
Yeah.
I think it might have got wet because it hit his shirt.
Yeah, with the amount Charlie's making him move, I'm not surprised he's. That's a smart, controlled shot from Jonathan. He'll be back in the box now.
It's 5 serving 12, and it is very humid here as well. I've been here since Sunday, and it's pretty much been raining the whole time we've been here.
Yep.
And it wasn't raining this morning, but it's definitely still humid out. I think whatever.
Yeah.
Weather pattern is hovering over Minneapolis. It's pretty humid here, even though it's kind of chilly.
Yep. Short serve there from Jonathan. I think it'll be smart for him to go back to that high lob backhand to the backhand.
Yep. That's a nice shot.
Good clean shot.
Throws his hands up and a finally gesture.
Yeah.
Finally got the serve and kill shot. Short one that he wants.
All right, so he matches his score. 6-6, 6 serving 12.
Charlie's back in the service box. 12-6.
And again, the thing to watch here is Charlie Pratt. Where is he going? He's going to center court, and he controls that center court position, and he really stays there. And he forces Jonathan Burns to move to the back corners, and then he kills it in the front like we just saw, 13-6.
That was a splat rollout right there.
It was a good shot.
For match point.
Yeah, Charlie's first match point. Drive serve. Good drive serve. Goes off the back wall. Jonathan Burns off the back wall. Cross court. Charlie can't get to it. Skips it in. Jonathan Burns will have another chance. 6 serving 14.
I think that was the most aggressive point that Jonathan Burns played. I think at 6-14, he just said, well, I might as well go for it all. And it actually worked. It worked for him. He didn't skip it and managed to kill shot. That was the most aggressive we've seen him, I think.
Yeah.
But second serve.
High lob down the forehand side. Charlie will go to the ceiling.
Oh, he skips that one in.
Bad skip there. And Charlie will have his second match point opportunity here in game 2. Drive serve to the backhand, comes off the back wall. Good down the line from Charlie Pratt to win the game. So, Karen, thank you for joining me. We had a great game here between Charlie Pratt, Jonathan Burns. Charlie Pratt won it 15-6, 15-6. Stay tuned. We will be back shortly for a doubles matchup. We'll have Jake Bredenbeck and Jose Diaz taking on
Eduardo Garay and Alan Natera. So that should be really great. We got a couple of, young up-and-comers against what I consider a veteran team.
Yeah.
So, and the kids dive all over the place, as do the veterans. So I think that one will be a really, really good match. It's scheduled for 12:40, so expect us somewhere around that time.
Yeah, so we will be right back here on IRT Live. Great job. That was awesome.
Awesome.
It's important to recognize that you are a team. In sports and in life, you are strong when they are weak, and you give support when they need it most. Correcting when an injury sidelines the journey, and remembering that no isn't an option. You can keep pushing yourself and your teammate, because your energy is their energy, and greatness comes from pushing through.
Build in sport, made for life. Mueller.
I think one of the biggest things about Gearbox is just the quality and the reliability of their product. I know that no matter what I do, whatever product I choose, whatever racket I choose, I'm going to like it no matter what. It's something that's very comforting as a player to have a very consistent product in your hand every single practice session, match, after match. It's just really nice to have. My name is Bobby Horn. Don't make a mistake. Get yourself an M40 right now.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, got fake 'em out. Mama go up, up, up.
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but UnitedHealthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. UnitedHealthcare.
Yeah.